Do you feel like you're flushing money down the drain with Facebook ads? Let us know about your experience in the comments below. If you don't have a strategy for your Facebook ads, then you might as well be throwing money out the window. You're probably trying to send your ads to as many people as possible, hoping that just the right ones will see it. This video is going to show you how to be detailed with who to send your ads to, so you can be sure you're spending your money wisely. If you missed it, this video explains all of the Facebook ad campaign objectives and is the step you need to take before we get into this video. So make sure you go and watch that now if you haven't already. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe so you can keep up to date on all of the current video marketing strategies. So let's get right into it. Let's go into the ad manager now and we will look at the detailed targeting. So let's just start with a traffic ad. That's the easiest thing to do. We'll click on continue. When you're in any type of Facebook ad, there is a campaign where you set the objective and there's set. And in the set, that is where you choose what you want your detailed targeting to be. So if we go down to here, you start to choose things like your budget and things. But if we go to audience, that's where the detailed targeting sits. So let's say you want to look at the location, go to your edit here, and you can choose any kind of location. You can add other locations. If I wanted to do United States, then I'd be targeting Australia in this case and United States. Or I might want to not have those and I might just want to go for a certain location. Say I might want to just go for Brisbane. And there you've got the location you're choosing, and you can choose with this the distance you want to go. So like I can go out to 80 kilometers and I can add more. Let's say I wanted to do the Gold Coast as well. And again, I can expand that as much as I want, up to 80 kilometers. And in some countries, they may go to miles as well. So that's where you choose a location and you can make that as much as you want. The key to this is to not target too big a location, too big an audience, unless you have a very large budget. So if you want to minimize how much you spend, and on average, we spend about $20 a day starting. So with a $20 budget, if I wanted to target all of America, I would hardly hit anyone. If I want to just really focus on a particular state or a particular city or a set of cities, or Australia, which is effectively in Facebook smaller than just California itself in terms of population, then that's going to be the better way to go. So now let's look at the demographic of age. So editing that, you can choose anywhere from 18 to 65. So you can advertise people of all those ages. Just realize that 65 plus includes everyone over that age up into their 80s. So you want to understand what your target market is. What is the age range that is your ideal target market? If you don't know that, then you need to do some market research. You need to be really specific in what ranges you want to go for. So also, let's think about the younger ages. I could go to 13. So that might be a certain target market I want to go for, but also make sure your content is suitable for people under 18. And so it might be that you want to think about where is the sweet spot in Facebook. Now, given that a lot of people who are younger in this age range are not that big on Facebook, they might be on Instagram, but you can choose your Facebook ads to target Instagram as well. So it's worth doing those age ranges and just look at the placements, which is a different subject. So let's say we wanted to choose people between the age of 30 and 45, say. You'll notice on the right here, we have got a potential reach that's changing. This is showing you out of the location that we've chosen, it's showing you how many people you are targeting currently. And this will change as we add more to our targeting. 880,000 people. Now let's look at genders. What gender do you want to target? Do you want to target all genders, or are you really only focusing on a particular gender? So if you are focusing on women, for example, you can see in Brisbane and the Gold Coast area, we've got 460,000 women on Facebook in the general demographics. So that's simple stuff, simple demographics, but let's now go into the other detailed targeting. This is where you start to include demographics such as interests and behaviors. So in this box, you can type your interests that you want to search. Maybe you're dealing with people who are looking for video. I can just type that in and you can see a whole bunch of different words come up. These keywords are specific keywords that are kept within the Facebook advertising system, which it collects over time. So if you don't find your particular keywords in there, you can't use them. So you want to choose ones here, but you want to start thinking about who you want to target. Now you notice here, when it comes to video, it's a very massive subject. If I go to the right here, size, 979 million people, 1 billion people are interested in video on Facebook. So if I was to select that, and I will just to show you, 460,000 has gone down to 150,000. So that's a lot smaller, it's more specific, but it's a very general target market. Given that there's over 2 billion people on Facebook, you're effectively limiting our target market down to half of the people. Now, the thing to remember is those numbers, when I put them in here, I'll just choose another one. Let's say I do yoga. Now, if I do yoga, you can see there's nearly 500 million people. Now, again, it's very large, but the thing to remember, that is all of the people around the world who are interested in yoga. So these figures on the right here, so that 449 million people is all the people in the world on Facebook who are interested in that. Not Australia, not the location I've selected or the gender or the age group that I've selected. So let me just choose that for a second and you can see what happens. It's gone up to 300,000 because effectively what it's done is it's added the people who are interested in yoga onto the people who are interested in video. But also some of those people will cross over. So if I remove video, there's 250,000. So you can see that 100,000 of those people in our demographic in yoga also are interested in video, because people in yoga are video marketing themselves these days. So that's something you can always need to keep an eye on. And also you want to think about your budget, because down here you can see my reach is going from 420 to 1,200 a day. And I might get link clicks, which is what this ad targeting is, of 5 to 22 people a day. And that might be good, but also, are these actually the best people I want to target? Maybe I want to go for a tighter demographic. So I could put in here, perhaps I'm more interested in a specific group, not just yoga in general. I'm more interested in hatha yoga. So let me see now, I've taken away the yoga and I've now only got 12,000 people in my target group. Now that's very small. So depending on where you're advertising, you still want to have a larger group and you want in the hundreds of thousands to be in your target market. But this could be really specific. I might also say I want to go to Bikram yoga. So it's gone up a little bit again because they're crossing over. Maybe I want to talk about Pilates. 45 million. So now I've got 120,000 people. We're getting quite specific here. Maybe there are some gurus I want to talk about in yoga. Iyengar yoga. And of course I can keep building on this. Every time you add a new demographic, you're actually expanding the group. So you want to work on this until you get a group that you're really happy with. Usually less is more. You don't have to have too many of them. You might have one or two groups that work really well. You might have one more generalist group. But generally, I find that a more specific group works really well. Now, you can also exclude certain people from your group if you want to tighten it up as well. I rarely do that, but that's an option. Now, this is quite good as well. Once you've done these numbers, you can click on this box and it will allow the system to, based on your keywords, to actually expand out a bit more and try and find more people, because it's got clever algorithms for finding people who are more likely to be interested in your ad. So it's good to switch that on once you've done that. Another thing you might come across in here is behaviors. For example, small business owners is a behavior. You can see there's employers. Each time you do it, you look at the group. And if they're very small, like 10,000, that's going to be a very small group to market to. But 50 million is good there for behavior, interests, and job titles. You might be going for particular job titles. 2,500 in the business owner job title. Here you've got people who are interested in law, but it's not showing the job. And yet you can see with solicitor here, trainee solicitor does show up as a particular target market. So it's all based on how much data has been collected. So you can play around with this until you get a really good potential reach. And if you're doing a $20 budget, you might be looking for a reach of up to $1 million a day. It really depends on the target market and depends on other dynamics of the ads. So that's your detailed targeting. How amazing is that? The more you know about the finer details in the Facebook Ad Manager, the more it will amaze you. We have taught so many business owners just like you how to build and tweak their own Facebook ads, and they get great results. We've even had people stop paying thousands of dollars a month to agencies, finding that they can get a better result just by doing it themselves. We've had people fill classes, blitz webinars, sell out events, and grow their businesses using very simple campaigns. Not to mention, we have grown Girl Director with the exact same strategies. So if you're serious about growing your business, then have a chat with our team. We can help you take your business to the next level. Just click here and we'll be talking to you.